Hello and welcome to this week's Tiny Time Big Results podcast with me, your host, Yasmin Vorajee, where I show you how to create a business online and get it profitable, working just a few hours a day with none of the tech overwhelm, no sacrificing me time, and certainly no self-doubt. And that's actually what I really want to talk to you about this week, because it's something that over the last few months and certainly over the last couple of years since I've been in business, this is something that has really played out, and I've seen this happen with a lot of my clients and in my community. And what I want to talk to you today about is how your self-worth determines your income. Now, when I talk about your self-worth, I'm talking about that sense of I can do this, the sense of I deserve to be rewarded for the work that I do, and the value that I put out into the world. And yet, time and time again, and you know me, I'll tell you like it is, I've had this internal struggle myself, is when we just cannot comprehend or even just accept and acknowledge that what we do is actually really, really good. That, the gifts that you have, that you're really good at it, you have a talent, you've been doing this work for a long time, you get results for your clients and your customers. And yet there's still a part of you that thinks, I'm not very good at this. And what happens is, if you've hit an income plateau in your business and you're sitting there thinking, I can't just get past this, it could be $1,000 a month, it could be 2,000, 5,000. It doesn't, the figure doesn't matter. But if you find yourself always stuck at a particular amount, then what we need to do is, it's not about going out and hustling more. It's about looking internally and thinking, what's going on for me within? And this is really powerful, because money mastery is something that you have to get. I suppose you have to fall in love with the money. You have to get to grips with what is actually creating that self-sabotaging behavior within you. Because when you are consistently hitting this plateau or like a ceiling and you just keep bumping against it, maybe you only ever just make enough. Maybe you're always worrying about bills every month. And if an unexpected bill comes up, that completely throws you for a loop. And if you're always feeling that sense of, I'm not doing enough, I'm not making enough money, and you just think I'll work harder and longer, then chances are what's going on that's affecting you isn't from the outside, but it's all internal. It's an internal job. And there's no other way I can say it, really, because it is all internal. Because if you look at your income, one of the things that I always recommend to my clients and my community is to make sure that you're tracking your income, over the years, and, every month and all that kind of good stuff. But I want you to look at your income, and I want you to not look at it from a perspective of beating yourself up if it's not what you want it to say, but I want you to look at it and think, let me look at the spikes in income, for example, and let me look at the lows in the income. And the question that I want you to ask yourself is, what was happening for me at that time? Because if you've got great spikes and you're thinking, what was going on? Were there lots of opportunities coming up? Were you getting constantly inundated with lots of requests to work with you? What was happening? And then look at the lows and think, okay, I made a few £100 that month, for example. Remember, this isn't about beating yourself up. This is actually taking a very honest approach to what's going on for you in your business. Maybe you're always hitting 5,000 and then suddenly it just drops to 2,000 and you're thinking, whoa, what happened there? But I want you to think about and really reflect within yourself and think, what was going on for me at that time? Because if you were feeling low, if you were feeling like, oh, this is no good, everything I create is rubbish, that person's not going to like what I've done with them, or whatever it might be, have a real look at it and think, okay, is that reflecting what's going on for me internally? Is your self-worth really coming into play here? Because I know I've done sales conversations, and there's been part of me that thinks, don't sign up with me because I'm rubbish. And it's unbelievable when you think you have this amazing track record of really creating amazing results, for your clients, for example. And yet you still allow this little voice in your head to say, oh no, I'm rubbish. You don't want me. You want that other person over there. And I bet you've probably experienced this yourself. But it really makes me laugh because you've got this niggly, horrible little voice inside of you saying, you're not good enough. It doesn't, you're not going to be able to do what you need to do. You're making it all up. You're a chancer, and all of those things. And that has that direct impact on your income. And the way to fix that is to really look internally and think about what it is that is going on for you. It's not about going out and hustling more. It's not about chasing after those clients and saying, pay me, God damn you, pay me. It is actually about doing the internal work. And a really great exercise for you to do is to, take 10 minutes and just write out all the things that you have done, your experiences, the results that you have achieved yourself, the results that you've helped your clients to create, and really just give yourself a love bath. I know that sounds a bit weird. Give yourself this amazing dunking where you really tell yourself, look at me, I am amazing. And then what you do is you put that up in front of you. So anytime you're having a sales conversation, anytime you're talking to anybody about doing any work with you, then it really is helping you to really stay firm in your power, not shrinking your brilliance, and really showing people what it is that you are capable of doing if you would just get out of your own way. And that is my little tip for you this week. If your self-worth is determining your income and it is not where you want it to be, it's time to look within and actually really reaffirm to yourself about how great you are at what you do, and get out there and come from that place of power, that place of personal power, if you like, and go do what you need to do, because we need you. So don't shrink your brilliance and don't go hiding your light under a bushel. All right, my lovely, that is this week's podcast with me, Yasmin Vorajee. Be sure to pop over to yasminvorajee.com to get all the goodies there. And if you're interested in working with me, then contact me at support@yasminvorajee.com, and I'd love to hear from you. Take care, and I'll see you next week.